showtime. Woo, woo. Woo, 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 woo. Silent and profiling. Woo, it's live and in color. Woo!
Continues our team coverage in Cincy. James.
Hey, Jeff, well, listen. You know how loyal Bills Mafia is. Los Angeles, Miami, Baltimore, they go everywhere. So, of course, for the biggest game of the season, they're going to Cincinnati. Bills Mafia, how's it going? Listen to Bills Mafia everywhere. They parked underneath the bridge to be here. This is crazy right now.
Hey, got my guys back. Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I'm your host, Tommy, and joining me is my main man, my co-host, my Toucan Sam, the one they call the Apex Man, Mr. Mikey. It is glad to have you back. Finally.
What's up, brother?
Hey, man, I'm glad to have you back, brother. All of Bills Mafia wishes your wife well, by the way. Just a heads up with that. Scott Blakely, 99-0. Green screen. I like the green screen back there.
I don't know why it's not working. I tried to click it on and just.
It's all right. We'll figure it out later. I want one thing to say for tonight's game. I don't always play this clip. You know I don't, but I got to bring it out tonight.
It's not going to be any picnic, brother. It's going to be a war.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yes,
it's going to be a war, Mikey. This is it. It is game time Monday night. This is probably the season. This is probably the game of the season. Oh, there you go. That's probably the game of the season, Mikey. Bills versus Bengals in Cincinnati. Rumble in the jungle is what we're calling it, what everybody's calling it, apparently. And it is, by the way, Cincinnati Bengals, especially Joe Mixon, talking a lot of trash, saying they're the kings of the AFC. Our defense is no Baltimore defense. Another player, I believe, I forgot who he was, said we were basic, very basic defense. Wow. So taking shots. Interesting. We didn't backfire. We're gonna leave our talking on the field. So Mikey, you weren't on all week. And you know me, I did a backdoor Bills talk with Jason on Saturday, kind of preview the game a little bit. So what's your thoughts on the game, man?
I think it's gonna be a battle. You know, at the end of the day, it's gonna come down to whether we can limit them to field goals, and if we can score touchdowns, which is pretty simple. Pretty simple.
I didn't hear this. Been saying Poyer has a torn MCL, but I heard he's playing.
Yeah, that came out today.
Okay, well he's playing, by the way. So
it's not an MCL. It's a meniscus, lateral meniscus.
Right. So basically, everybody's playing in pain, but we're gonna be all right.
Yep.
We're gonna go. We're gonna listen. The good news is, Mikey, and I told you this before we went live today. That boy, a lot of our injuries are clearing up. Why is our screen? Why is that red? I got to change that real quick. I cannot read that. I apologize, guys. Hold on.
It says inactives: Rhodes, Marlowe, Spector, Bacher, Murray, Sweeney, and Alex Anderson. I wonder why Bacher is inactive.
There you go.
That's odd. Bacher was the first one off the bench last week, and he played.
They already came out with the inactives. Okay,
yep.
Okay. So Xavier Rhodes, okay,
the rest
DeMarlo,
of them
which is
surprise.
Yeah. I still don't get the DeMarlo thing. Tommy Sweeney, I get. Alec Anderson, they just called up anyway, so I get that. So who are you surprised about?
Bacher.
Yeah, considering they just and he played well on his return when he filled in.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But with Miss Morris back, I guess he's the odd man out right now. I mean, ultimately, I think Bacher's better than Hart.
Yeah. Yep. But maybe they feel like he's not.
Listen,
I mean,
we
you know
we
how
we
the
we
coaches are.
sat Elam for no reason. We've sat Mitch Morse before for no reason. So who knows why
Yeah.
they're doing what they're doing.
Yep. So real
Yeah,
quick too on the Bengals
that's
side,
right.
Hubbard is out. So I'll give you a couple updates on that. So
Oh, Hubbard is out. Okay.
Hubbard's out. From what I heard, and I could swear I saw that come across my screen. Collins obviously is out.
Yep.
Rest of the season. But yeah, Hubbard. I read earlier. Now it could have been a rumor. I don't know. But if somebody can clear that up, let me know.
Well,
If
he
somebody
was a
has.
game time decision, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't surprise me if they decided not to play him. And can he spin? I know technically he's considered a tackle, but can he really play tackle? He seems more like a turnstile tackle than an actual tackle.
Yeah. So what's your keys, man, to this game? By the way, Joe Burrow first time playing Buffalo.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very
Yeah.
interesting. So
Well,
he's never faced this Bills defense.
Yeah, but you have to remember, the last few years we've been playing a first place schedule, and they haven't been a first place team. Like even last year, they did how they got in was different. They were so that's why this is the first time we're playing them. My keys to the game: number one, every possession ends with a kick, punt, field goal, extra point, end everyone with a kick. A red zone defense, hold them to field goals, not touchdowns, and then red zone offense are my three keys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Listen, man. I gotta say, man, if I'm Leslie Frazier tonight going against Burrow, I am, and I know he's not going to do it.
Get aggressive.
Right. I know he's not,
Not gonna,
because that's
never
not
gonna
his
happen,
style.
brother.
But Burrow is not a mobile type of quarterback. He very rarely gets out the pocket. When he does, he's not.
He's a rhythm passer.
He's right. He's more of a pocket passer. You can get to Burrow. I would definitely like to see us bring some linebacker blitzes tonight, because I think it would disrupt him. Listen, you can't let he's the one guy you cannot let sit back there. Put it this way, if our four aren't getting home, Frazier has to dial up some exotic blitzes.
He will pick us apart.
Linebackers. Yeah, because he would. Not only that, it's not like he doesn't have weapons. He has weapons all over.
He has more weapons than Buffalo has.
Right. So it's not like he's a good quarterback with limited weapons. He has a ton of good receivers, a great one, and then he has two good ones. So, and then he has a good running back out the backfield that can also make plays.
Two good running backs out of the backfield.
You're right. I forgot about Preen or whatever.
Yeah.
Preen. Yeah. But either way, man, you cannot let him get comfortable back there. Every game I've ever seen Burrow do bad in are games that they pressure the hell out of him. He tends to throw interceptions. He gets a little wild with the ball. And that's what you want. You want him to get out of his comfort zone, right? And if we're not doing that, it's going to be a long night. I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be offense for offense, and I don't want it to come down to that. I really don't. I really hope. Listen, if our four get home, no problem. You know what I mean? There's no reason to keep what you're doing. But if it's not the case early on, I hope Frazier really adjusts, man. I really do, because if he doesn't, like I said, it's going to be a long game.
I'm with Scott here. It's quick releases. They're gonna go for the quick passes. They're not gonna look for anything deep right away. They're gonna want to keep it second and 4, second
that ball down.
6. Get your arms up.
Those are players like especially Rousseau, who's tall as hell.
Jordan Phillips,
Boogie Basham. Like you can get those guys have length. Like get your arms up. Bat the ball down. But like I said, though, I really believe getting pressure on Burrow is such a huge part of this game plan. Yes, Team Tommy in the house. I appreciate Chewy. Team Tommy. Woohoo.
Sorry.
Oh, man. Yeah, man. So what did you miss while you were gone, Mikey? So You missed the Stevie Johnson interview,
Yep.
which you'll watch when you get time. That was really, really good, by the way. 2 hours long. I didn't mean to go 2 hours. I told him hour and a half. But, man, it was going so good, bro. And, like, the chat was loving it, and he was loving it. And I had a great time with Stevie, man. And by the way, guys, we maybe do something in the future with Stevie Johnson. Just a heads up. Nothing isn't set in stone now, but it's good news for the channel that he may, do something with us. But that's in the future. So other than that, Backdoor Bills Talk resumed, Mikey, with Jason.
Nice.
Yeah. I helped him co-host. It was a good episode.
And you guys did the preview tonight, right?
What do you mean No, we did the preview Saturday. We
did
game
for
preview.
Tonight's game, right?
Yeah, for tonight's game. Yeah. But that show, there's a little limited, and it's a different. I always like to get your opinion on how the game is gonna go. So, what do we got to do on offense? So we talked a little bit about the defense. What do we got to do on offense against Cincy? By the way, the Cincinnati Bengals. I had that pulled up. Give me one. Go ahead real quick while you're talking. I'm gonna give you some stats.
Yeah, so on offense, what I want to see us get back to that short, quick passes. Don't be looking for that deep. They're going to play that cover 2 shell. They're going to dare Josh Allen to be patient. So Josh just needs to be patient with it. Their corners are beatable. Where Cincy's defense is really good is with the 2 athletic linebackers and the defensive front. Jerron Reed is very hard to run against. So we're gonna struggle a little bit running the ball tonight. So we just have to be short. Got to be patient with our short passes all night long. Get Diggs involved. Get Beasley involved. Get Davis on those short ones involved. Get Knox on the little dump outs. Flare our running backs out. Those type of things. Be patient. Don't be looking to always dial up the bomb. And if Josh can be patient, I think we're gonna do well.
I'm glad he brought up Cole Beasley. By the way, Cole Beasley is active. So that is his 3rd call up, if I'm not mistaken. So he is officially on this 53, which we said that was going to happen. I'm telling you guys, this is all a plan for him in the playoffs. You're going to see more. I truly believe you're going to see more snap counts tonight for Beasley than you have last game. And then
hope so.
I believe that. And then next week as well, depending on how the game goes. I do got some stats here, so real quick. So the Bills offense, so just to give you guys a heads up, we're still number 2 overall. All the complaining about Ken Dorsey. Oh, Ken Dorsey's number 2 on offense. 8 in rushing, 7th in passing. We're 4th in scoring. I would say he's doing a pretty good job. Bills defense overall, 7th. Against the rush, we're 4th. Against the pass, we're 15th. Number 2 in scoring. Very good. I mean, that's what you want on a team. Bengals offense overall, they're 7th. They're 26th on the rush, Mikey. So not a very good running team. They're 5th in passing and they're 6th in scoring. So their game is passing. Defense. So here's where it is. So they're 13th. So they're about the middle of the pack. They're 7th against the rush. So they're pretty good run defenders. They're 21st against the pass and they're 9th in scoring. So listen, this may be one of those games where even though we want to run the ball, it may be a game where we want to pass the ball a little bit more. And we can't get too like, why aren't we running the ball? Because it's Cincinnati's weakness.
That Jerron Reed guy, and that's their nose tackle, plugs up. It's really hard to run against them.
They have a good
throw against them. That's
what I'm saying. Yeah.
Them not having Sam Hubbard, if he truly is out, is a.
I read that. I'll pull it up real quick while you're talking.
Because it does hurt them if he's out. Because as it is, their other rusher, star edge rusher, is playing with a broken wrist. So he's still playing,
he is out.
But okay, yeah. So that is actually a positive for the Bills because those 2 100%. Edge rushers create so much problems, in the pass game. Like their secondary, they have really good safeties, but they have suspect corners.
Yeah.
And their best corner is out for the season. Eli Apple always seems to find a way to be on a team, but he's not the greatest corner.
Right. No, he's not. So. He's average, I guess.
Yeah.
Cook will be cooking, says
I
my
hope so.
stocks. Yeah, I do too. He's
Yeah,
been
Scott.
playing at a higher level. Go ahead.
The national media is all over the Bengals
Of
here.
course, this is
They
come on, you know
are
this.
they are on their knees right now for Joe Burrow.
Yeah, of course, but we got to shut that down.
The funniest part
Listen,
about
yeah,
the
go ahead.
national media, honestly, is that they're talking about all Josh's turnovers, yet he only has like one more than both Mahomes and Burrow. No one's talking
Right.
about that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's funny to me, but listen, it's okay. Just like the Bengals are talking all that trash, they're the Kings and we're subpar defense and we're nothing special and we're no Ravens and all of that talk.
Let them think that. Let them
Right,
think
all
that.
that. Right, because they have they have yet to face a team like the Buffalo Bills this season. I get they face the Chiefs. I get it, a good team, quality team, great offense. But I
We
think
beat
our
the Chiefs
defense,
too.
exactly, we beat the Chiefs, exactly.
We beat
But
the
I
Chiefs
think our
too.
defense is unique and different.
Mhm.
Even though we get on Frazier a little bit, I think we disguise a lot of things for quarterbacks like that they make a lot of mistakes on. I mean,
Ooh.
we have most of our games we have done a very good job at disguising plays. And quarterbacks don't have a very easy time against us throwing the ball. They really don't. So I think Frazier will have something dialed up. I really do. I just hope, like I said earlier, if things aren't going as planned with the 4 rushing, that he at least gets Milano and Edmonds in on some blitzes.
And don't always send the safety. It's okay to send the linebacker.
No, yeah, 100%. It's okay to send a linebacker. The safety that I don't know why that always seems to fail. Always. Now I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind a cornerback blitz. Sending Kyer Elam on a blitz.
Yeah.
I believe Elam did get a blitz.
I
think
would
he got
like
a
to
stack
see
this
more
season,
Elam tonight against T. Higgins.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I wonder what the matchups are going to be tonight as far as that goes, Mikey. What are you thinking on that? You think Dane will get more of the playing time? Or you think Dane Jackson will continue
God,
to?
I have a feeling it's going to be Dane. I don't want it to be Dane. I want it to be Elam because I think he's a better athlete and he has the size to match. He's a bigger corner to match
Mhm,
Higgins because Higgins is 6'4".
right.
Higgins is a lot like Mike Williams with the Chargers. Just a
Yeah,
big old,
he's
jump
a
ball
big
machine.
receiver.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would love to see. I have a feeling they're going to put Dane in there because they love him. He's their new Levi Wallace. But I would love to see Kyer in there more.
I think you really got. I think right now I think Kyer's Elam's confidence has gotten higher. Actually,
Hmm.
I think once like I said, I keep saying it. A lot of these rookies, the game is a little bit too fast for them in the beginning. Once things slow down for them, they start to realize, and mental too. By the way, like a lot of it is like they realize what they're doing. That they're trying too hard or they're pushing.
Yeah.
And he exactly said that. Like he was trying to do too much. So I kind of like this new Kyer Elam attitude going into games now. It's like, hey, I know I'm going to make some mistakes, but that's okay. You know what I mean? I'm going
Yeah.
to get back up and I'm gonna play another down. Like, and that's what you want to see because sometimes you want to be perfect and you start making these stupid mistakes. You know what I mean? You get down on yourself, and
Yeah.
I think that was happening earlier with him. And maybe he lost a little confidence because of that. He wasn't playing up to what he thought he could do. And
He had to
it's been
learn.
listen,
He had to
yeah,
learn those concepts, though. You have to remember, he came out as a press corner. That's all he ever did. He had to learn
mhm,
the zone concept of our
exactly.
defense.
It's totally exactly.
Scott asked the question.
Go ahead.
Says, is Bernard back? He's a better tackler. Bernard is not back. They opened his 21-day window this week, but we
Correct.
probably won't see him for another week or two because he has to get ramped back up.
Right. So he's kind of back, but he's not yet officially
He's back practicing.
designated. Yeah.
He's not back to the game.
LLL, I think he's the
Mhm.
first time I've seen him
Yep.
on our channel. So awesome. I appreciate you coming in. Excellent quarterback matchup tonight. When all receiving options are healthy, the Bengals are the toughest passing game to stop.
I
And the
don't
league.
disagree
Sure.
with that.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that at all.
Yeah, I am not. That we said that, matter of fact, 5 minutes ago? I said,
Yeah.
listen, you can't let Burrow back there just picking his poison because he has a lot of weapons. Like throughout, I mean, that team is stacked with receivers. They
Mhm.
really are. Like Higgins, Boyd, obviously Chase, and then you got your backfield. They are.
Perine and Mixon, and then you have
Yeah.
Hunter Hurst.
Even the tight end, Hurst. I totally forgot about Hurst. So, they got. Listen, you like, and of course, Burrow is a really good quarterback. But I've also seen Burrow struggle against certain defenses that put pressure on him. That's just the way it goes with him. So, I'm hoping tonight, like I said, the Bills can get home, put a little pressure on him, make him make some mistakes, and maybe get a turnover or two. Which will help, obviously, the Bills' case. So, on offense for me, like I said earlier, the Bengals, pass defense isn't the best. I really want to see Allen get going. I want to see Allen get rid of the ball a little quicker. I also want to see kind of an up-tempo offense at some point in the game. I'm not saying it has to be right away, but I whenever we go up-tempo, Mikey, it seems to work. Like when we go on these like 2-minute drives, we kind of do this up-tempo
or 4-minute drives.
Yeah, for whatever. Yeah, whatever it is. Like when we tend to go up-tempo, we tend to play a lot better. I don't know what it is, but we're more in a groove. Allen's just kind of feeling it, kind of calling his own. Like we're not getting to the play clock isn't running down. Like we're just like boom, boom, boom. Like things seem to go better. So I want to kind of see a little up-tempo offense tonight at some point of the game. Limit the turnovers, obviously. No, let's try to keep it at 0. Red zone. I don't care. Take the 3, whatever you got to do, but get points.
Score points.
Score points, 100%. And penalties. Listen, penalties are drive killers. Absolutely, they kill us every single time. Try to limit those penalties. Dumb penalties. Other than that, man, listen, I think you're gonna. I still think you'll see Singletary and Cook involved. I just don't know if it's gonna be what we've been seeing the last 2 weeks. In my opinion, I could be totally wrong. We could catch them off guard and go, you know what? They're expecting us to pass heavy, and maybe we're gonna go 50-50. I doubt it, but I just don't see a lot of carries, but they'll be involved. That's how I see it.
To answer Spen's question, they called up Beasley.
Yeah, no John Brown. So
no John Brown. I'm guessing John Brown will be called up next week. And Beasley won't because they have 3 call-ups, and then once the postseason hits, they can call up as many times as they want. So I have a feeling it's going to be Beasley tonight and then John Brown next week.
Exactly, because you don't know how that game's going to wind up going. If we're up a certain amount, let's just say, you definitely could see guys getting pulled early, which would obviously make sense.
It depends on what happens tonight. Really, it really depends on what happens tonight. We win, I can see us, going balls to the wall for that 1 seed. If we lose, we're locked into the 3 seed.
No, I know, I get that, but I'm saying if we win tonight, if we win tonight, which I believe we will, I still think, like I said, next week, depending on how the game goes, obviously it's a must win too, because we want, like at this point, Mikey, like I get, like I'm hearing all this, the Chiefs lose. I don't even care about all that. The Bills just need a win. I don't want to care about in case we lose them.
The Chiefs aren't
losing.
No,
bro. Right. Just handle our business. We're in the driver's seat. We are in the driver's seat. We have 2 games to go. The Bengals and the Patriots. Tonight is our toughest match. We know that. Patriots, I'm not saying, listen, they're no pushover, but that's a winnable game. I'm not going to be shaking in my boots against Patriots. I know that they come to play, but that is a winnable game, especially being at home. This game here on the road, going against
one of the
really
top
good
3 AFC teams.
Right, a very good Bengals team. The crowd's going to be lit.
Defending AFC champions, Bengals.
That's right. A team that went to the Super Bowl last year. This is the game that's going to tell us everything, right? This is it. Lose this game, we're not getting AFC. I mean, plain and simple. So, Mikey, what is your prediction real quick of the score? And we're going to keep going a little bit longer, but I want to know what you think tonight.
My prediction, I think it's going to be something like 31-24 Bills. Something right around there. Could be 34-24.
That's my prediction.
I could see 2 fast field goals.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they'll get 24 because that's 3. They might kick more field goals because
We tend to give up an early touchdown, though.
we always
So
give up at least one. But the Bengals are usually really good in the fourth quarter. They always get one score in the fourth. So
right, and we always wind up giving, by the way, up a stupid touchdown at the end.
At the end, when it doesn't matter, it makes it bring it closer. So
right.
instead of 20, let's go 24. I'd say 34-24.
Okay. That's exactly what I predicted earlier in the week. 34-24. I think Jason
closer. I can see it 31-27.
Yeah, I mean, some people have it. Yeah, Mini Mafia, I think, had it 34-31.
Yeah,
so
he
has us winning a field goal. I mean, which is close. At least I was like, damn, Mini Mafia.
This is an elite AFC team we're playing. The Bengals are really, really good. However, I don't think they're better than the Bills. I think they're in the same class as the Bills.
Yeah,
they are really good. I think it'll come down to defense. Which defense plays better?
Yeah, I can go with that. Somebody coming in with a score prediction here.
31-27. I like it.
31-27. Bills or Bengals? Because you didn't really put, but I'm gonna guess Bills because you're in here. But you could be a Bengals fan. I don't know. I never seen you in the chat. So let's see here. Scott coming in. 38-20 Bills. Wow, they don't get a garbage late score. Okay, damn, Scott. Okay,
I think I hope you're right, Scott.
Hey, I think Malloy had it 41-24 or something like that. Yeah, he has said it 40.
There's a lot of people who are really thinking that the Bills are going to come out and
just
be back to the Bills.
Like Ken Dorsey's actually going to go to that second secret playbook that's been in his book bag.
That everyone just assumes that he has because we haven't done anything.
Right. Like this, listen, unbelievable.
The Bills are at their best in prime time. They get jacked up for games like this. We did it week 1. We did it week 2. We did it against the Chiefs. We did it against Green Bay the first half. We get jacked up for games like this.
Right. Bro, I'm sorry. I'm still thinking about Ken Dorsey going to like a safe and opening up.
Pulling it out. Okay, here's the secret playbook.
Confidential. it's like this in there.
Ooh, I like it's like, whoa. 34-23, 34-19.
Close to what we got it. Yeah. Hey, a lot of close. Listen, these scores are kind of close to what we have, which is interesting. Very, because usually the chat is a little bit different than ours, like way off. But yeah. That I mean, I'm telling they're gonna get around 20 points in my opinion. They're too good of an offense now.
They're really good. They are. We don't need to crap on another team for us to think the Bills are the best team in football.
That's
right.
The
Bengals are a good team. Joe Burrow is part of that.
4 losses.
Yeah.
Yes. And they beat the Chiefs. How many times did they beat the Chiefs this year?
3 in a row.
Right. They beat them twice this year, correct?
They beat them twice last year, once this year.
Oh, so I'm sorry. So twice last year, and then once, right?
And it's like 3 times in 2022.
So it's like the Giants owning the Patriots in the Super Bowl kind of thing.
Like,
that's funny.
We don't have to crap on the team to we can respect that. Joe Burrow is in that elite tier of quarterbacks. He is. He's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean that I think he's going to win. Doesn't mean I think can they beat us? Yes, but I think it would take us melting down for them to beat us.
Yeah, listen, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson. This is the future of quarterbacks, man. Like these are going to be the games that we're all going to watch for many, many seasons. All right, as long as they build their team. Now, I will say this: Lamar, going off topic. I don't think he's going to be in Baltimore next year, bro. I have a weird feeling that he's going to wind up being in somewhere like Miami. I said that like I think in week 2.
Detroit.
Or Detroit, but I don't know why I'm thinking Miami because he's from there and Miami.
He's from there, but they would have to
throwing big bucks around.
They
would, but Miami, they have no problem.
Miami doesn't have the pick. Miami doesn't have the pick.
They gave up a lot for Hill. I forgot. You're right, and they gave up a lot for Hill. Yeah, that is interesting.
Detroit has
you never
2
know.
First rounders this year and 2 first rounders next year from the Stafford trade.
Either way, you got to build around him, though. Is my point with Lamar. Now the rest, I think like Herbert has a good surrounding cast as long as Allen stays healthy, and Williams, and he has a good running back in the backfield. And then you got Allen, obviously, has his weapons and being built around him. Obviously, Burrow. So, man, this young class is really shaping out to look really good, including, by the way, the guy for Jacksonville,
Trevor
Lawrence, who's finally having a really good sophomore season.
Jalen Hurts, who's having a great year 3.
Yeah, how do I forget about Hurts? You're right, Hurts having a really listen. You saw what happened. They built a team around him. They went out and got AJ Brown, and look, it's like night and day from last season to this season.
It's AJ Brown. It's AJ Brown and Devonta Smith.
Right. But I mean, AJ Brown is the golden star,
alpha.
right?
Yeah, he's their alpha.
Right.
He's their Stephon Diggs.
Oh, he's unbelievable, bro. I gotta say, he is really freaking good. He's really good. All right, so let's get back to the game a little bit before, because we're about to get off soon. So being in Cincinnati, all this trash talking. What do you think the fan? Now, I played a clip earlier about Bills Mafia being there. What do you think the crowd's going to be like? You think it's going to be a shit ton of more Cincinnati fans, or it's going to be more Bills Mafia than you think?
I think it's going to be 60-40, 70-30. I think Bills Mafia will represent, but I have a feeling that the Bengals are going to have the majority of the fans there. They'll outnumber the Bills, but Mafia shows up everywhere. It doesn't matter. They'll be heard.
Yes, that's true. By the way, Miami fans,
right.
By the way, Minnesota fans too. By the way, how do they? I don't know if you saw Sunday's games, but
I watched them.
My God, Minnesota got destroyed. There were some upsets, man. Your Howie's team got. Yikes.
It was not a good fantasy weekend for him either.
My God, man. So any last thoughts on this game, Mikey, before we wrap it up?
I'm excited. I'm not nervous. I'm excited to see it, because listen, at the end of the day, this is a playoff-like game, but it's not the playoffs. Win, lose, or draw, we have a game next week. This is going to kind of tell us where we're at when it comes to being ready for the playoffs. We come out and we handle our business, I'm going to feel real confident knowing that the Bills have hit that stride like we did last year going into the playoffs. So I'm ready for it.
Scott, have I get my condolences, Curtis? Listen, man, I love.
They're
Curtis.
not out of it yet. They're win
not.
Next week. They can still get in.
Yeah. They need. No, that's not true. They need. Well, because we're gonna win. So as long as we're gonna beat the Patriots, okay. The Dolphins have to win, but I don't listen. Here's the problem with the Dolphins. So Tua still hasn't been cleared.
Teddy's out.
Teddy's out, like broke his finger, I think, maybe.
Dislocated his pinky.
right, pinky. His throwing pinky. So right now, we come down to their third string guy, with whatever his name is, Skylar Thompson, I think. And that is not good going against a good Jets defense. And they're eliminated, so what do the Jets care? They're gonna bring it, right? You know what I mean? Like they're definitely gonna want to take the Dolphins out, to close the season. So very interesting. But no, Curtis has been doing his videos. He's not a happy Dolphin fan, but he shoots from the hip, man. He tells you how it is with his team. So just like we do here, man, we'll tell you the good and the bad, what we don't like, what we like.
That's not funny.
Go ahead. You're a funny guy.
That's not funny at all.
But anyways, let's see here. Anyway, so guys, we're gonna go ahead and get ready for this game. We are doing a post-game show right after the game, probably 5 minutes, 10 at the most. So join us here to talk Bills Bengals post-game. And other than that, man, we appreciate you guys hopping on. Bills Mafia #1. Go Bills. Peace.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.